Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, December 2nd, 2024. Call this meeting to order. We'll ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle.
Here.
Trustee Ledden, absent. Trustee Savaria.
Here.
And Trustee Rigoni.
Here.
Trustee Petro.
Here.
Trustee Borelli.
Here.
Trustee Rossi.
Here.
Attorney Lamore.
Present.
Chief Chalepis.
Here.
Village Administrator Pisha.
Here.
Assistant Administrator Barica.
Present.
And Clerk Schubert is here. We have quorum.
Thank you, clerk. If everyone would please stand with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered routine in nature, and they are enacted in one single motion. There's no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests. In that event, the item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if any of the board members would like to remove any of the items from the consent agenda. Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We will go through these items so that those who are in the audience, as well as those who will be watching later, know what your village board is voting on. The packet with all this complete information is also online at our village website. So the first item on here was the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting on November 18th, 2024. And then for the next item is the approval of the bills, and we will go to Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So tonight's bills total $1,604,872.67. They consist of the general corporate fund totaling $251,468.63, capital development fund totaling $652,765.09, the sewer and water operating and maintenance fund totaling $104,218.29, and the sewer and water extension fund totaling $596,420.66. Those are tonight's bills.
Thank you, Trustee Ledden. Next, we have an item from the Committee of the Whole, and we will go to Trustee Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. The 2024 tax levy is A, tax levy ordinance, and B, the directions to Will County Clerk and possible tax cap levy reduction resolution. At the October 9th, 2024 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the proposed 2024 tax levy for the Village of Frankfort. Finance Director Jenny Booth presented preliminary equalized assessed valuation figures from the Will County Assessor's Office, indicating overall growth of approximately 12.5%, 11% for existing property, and 1.5% for new growth. The county estimated new property values at $17,972,098 and reported a consumer price index increase of 3.4%. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to request the 2024 tax levy in the amount of $3,892,232. This amount incorporates the CPI increase and new property values, resulting in a total increase of $179,115. Based on preliminary values, the proposed tax rate would be 0.2942, which is 0.0217 below the 2023 cap rate of 0.3159. And that is, just to be clear, the tax rate, we are dropping the tax rate below last year's. So the two motions before us tonight are to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance providing for the annual levy of taxes in the amount of $3,892,232.00 for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2024, and ending April 30th, 2025, in the Village of Frankfort, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois. The second motion is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution regarding directions to Will County Clerk in possible tax cap levy reduction for the Village of Frankfort, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois.
Thank you. Now we'll go to Trustee Rigoni with one of the first of two items on the Plan Commission report.
Thank you, Mayor. The item is the Well Yoga Studio LLC special use permit for indoor recreation at 11 South White Street, Unit 201. Applicant Stephanie Rumbuck proposes to operate the Well Yoga Studio LLC at 11 South White Street, Unit 201, within the trolley barn. The applicant's requesting the granting of a special use permit for indoor recreation to accommodate the operation of the yoga studio in the H1 Historic District. At its November 14th, 2024 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous 7-0 recommendation to the Village Board to grant a special use request. The motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting a special use permit for indoor recreation to the property located at 11 South White Street, Unit 201, to accommodate the operation of the Well Yoga Studio LLC in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact, and subject to a minimum 15-minute break in between classes to accommodate parking space turnover.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Rigoni. And then for the final Plan Commission item, we'll go to Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the Cibula Residence, multiple zoning variances at 995 Ironwood Drive. Owners Charles and Tammy Cibula of the property located at 995 Ironwood Drive request the granting of 3 variances to construct a new 3,163 square foot, 1-story home on the property. To accommodate the proposed home in the ER Estate Residential District, the following variations are requested. A building material variance to allow the use of non-masonry materials, a variance to permit less than an 8/12 roof pitch, a variance to allow less than 150 feet of lot width at the minimum required 40-foot front yard setback line. At its November 14, 2024 meeting, on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded 3 unanimous 7-0 recommendations to the Village Board to grant the variation request. The motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting the following zoning variances to the property located at 995 Ironwood Drive for the construction of a new single-family residence, a building material variance from the first floor masonry requirement to permit the use of non-masonry materials, a variance to permit less than an 8/12 roof pitch, and a variance to allow less than 150 feet lot width at the minimum required 40-foot front yard setback line, in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and finding of fact.
All right, thank you. Those are all the items on the on the consent agenda tonight. And we have a motion and a second, so we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, clerk. Next item is what's called the Mayor's Report. Our annual lighting of the green ceremony is scheduled for this Thursday, December 5th, at 6:30 p.m. on Brighter Green. The event will feature the Hickory Creek Middle School choir, a countdown to the tree lighting, visits and photo ops with Santa and Mrs. Claus, as well as complimentary cookies and hot chocolate. And we have some special surprises as well. Make sure you dress warm for this event. With the 43rd Annual Candlelight House Walk will be held on Friday, December 6th. It's between 5 and 10. Tickets are for $35 each. Please call the Frankfort Historic Museum at 469-6541. The Frankfort Chamber of Commerce is going to host its annual Midnight Madness event, which is a lot of fun. This is in downtown Frankfort on Friday, December 13th. It's from 6 until midnight. Businesses will remain open for shoppers to enjoy festive hospitality and take advantage of holiday gift-giving specials. And usually the specials and the discounts get deeper as the night goes on. It's really a nice fun event to make reservations out here, try out some of the new restaurants, and really just enjoy downtown Frankfort. Plus, the green will be lit up. It'll be beautiful down here. The Village of Frankfort will host our Chris Kindle Weekend on Saturday, December 14th and Sunday, December 15th. It'll be from noon to 6 in downtown Frankfort. The event will feature free, family-friendly activities, including horse-drawn wagon rides, visits with Santa and Mrs. Claus, live reindeer, and a trackless train for the children. Attendees can also enjoy holiday performances, strolling carolers, a community bonfire, and also a lantern parade. We're bringing that back. We do hope that you had a happy Thanksgiving with your family and friends, and that you took advantage of shopping small over the weekend for our small businesses. And just one final reminder, this Saturday, December 7th, will be 83 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor, and it's Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. So as President Roosevelt said, it'll a day that will live on in infamy, and that we should always remember that. And that's all I have for the mayor's report tonight, and we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the board comments.
Thank you. Our next meeting will be the Committee of the Whole meeting on Wednesday, December 11th, here at 5:30. And the next village board meeting will be Monday, December 16th at 7 p.m. And that's all I have today.
Okay, thank you, clerk. Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I always look forward to the Lighting the Green. That's a fun event. It's been every year since I've been a trustee. I've been there. My granddaughter was born the first year, so it's kind of a nice thing for us to do together each year, so I look forward to that. And I'm really excited about the Chris Kindle weekend. I know a lot of effort has gone into planning that, and I assume, like everything else, it'll go off without a hitch, except for the horse-drawn carriages, but that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Trustee Savari.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I too am looking forward to the tree lighting. Hopefully we get a little warmer weather than they're forecasting. And then Friday we have the house walk. If anybody wants to see how our trustees live, I believe Trustee Ledden is on the house walk this year. Yes. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to welcome Well Yoga Studio, as well as then the 3 new businesses that we issued license in November. I would like to congratulate the Sabula residents, family, that if these variations are exactly what we have in place for areas like Ironwood. Frankfort has many unique areas in town, and if you've never had the opportunity to drive down Ironwood, it is like no other. You wouldn't think you were in Illinois. It is so hilly that it is great. So this is exactly unique areas, unique characteristics are what we look at in variations, and Ironwood is the particular area for that. The playground is near completion at the Prairie Park. Looking forward to that as well. Planet Fitness remodeling is underway. I saw the new signs were up on both the wall as well as then the monument sign. And lastly, I'd like to thank staff and the finance director. Back in October, they provided us a wealth of information that we discussed at length regarding the tax levy. So that makes it a little bit easy, our job easier today to go ahead and put it on the consent agenda. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Trustee Rigoni. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. I love every season in Frankfort, but the holiday season is definitely one to be special. I hope that all the residents of Frankfort get to come out to many of the events that are upcoming. The tree lighting, we have been blessed with some warmer weather these years, but I saw that forecast, and I think you should all bundle up, but it's always a really fun time. And please make time to Shop Small continue. I think Saturday Shop Small was a very successful event from what I heard from our downtown business owners, but continue to do your holiday shopping in your town and support our local businesses as well. Thank you.
Thanks. Trustee Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. No, one of my favorite weeks of the year coming up here, so hope everyone makes it out to the tree lighting ceremony. It's always amazing to see how many people come, even if it is cold out. It is just something everyone should experience. The house walk, looking forward to seeing Trustee Ledden's house and the transformation that's happened. It's already beautiful. I can't imagine what it's going to look like. And yeah, and oh, by the way, the loft, the bowling alley, is reopening here, I think, this weekend. I don't want to say officially, but it is very close to being open to the public, and I think that's very exciting for all our Frankfort residents. So looking forward to that.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Trustee Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor. Like Trustee Ledden, I've been at all the tree lightings since I've been on the board also. Unfortunately, this year I'm out of town wedding and I won't be able to make it, but I'm sure looking forward to the 13th, 14th, and 15th. I think that's going to be a great weekend in town.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. Is there any other business to come before us tonight? All right, thank you. At this point of the meeting, it's what's called public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to come before the board and make public comment?
I just want to thank you folks for the consideration and the time you put in. And if anybody's interested, I have a couple renderings of what this house will look like. It's different, so if anybody wants to take a look after the meeting, please let me know. I'll be happy to share that.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you and congratulations also. Hearing no other public comment, can I get a motion to adjourn, please? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.